This looks like the game of life, judging by the patterns that are being formed after what appeared to be a random board was started. It's a very common thing for computer scientists to enjoy, I suppose. It's a very classic construct. I believe it was originally published in Scientific American magazine, of all things. Can I interact with it? Okay. One button pause. B pauses it. It's paused. Can I do something? I think I might need the instructions. Okay. A advances 1 frame. X, Y, L, R. Start. Ah, I'm in edit mode. Okay. So I could put in a little pulsator there. And then we can press start to get out. And then, yeah, there it goes. Whoopity-doo. All right. Yeah, it's the game of life. Okay. That's, cool. Let's see. Are there any other, let's look at the instructions. Info. The start button to toggle play mode and create mode. In either mode, change the palette with select. Okay. Select. Ooh, it can be different colors. Let's go. Ooh, hey, rainbow. Let's do rainbow for a bit. Okay. Chaos. I like chaos. LR to toggle light dark mode. Ooh, that is nice. I like the dark mode. Let's go with that. Step automatically. Slow down steps. Speed up steps. You can only do about 12 FPS, so the fast button press can be lost during play mode. During create, draw, generate random. Alright. Erase everything. If you hold L and R for a bit, Mario will show up. Alright, well, let's let this rip. Woo! The colors, Duke, the colors! Yeah, this is Conway's Game of Life. This isn't much of a Mario level. Oh, wait. Instead, if I hold L or R, Mario will show up. Let's see what happens. Oh, there he is. Okay, well, that's, Mario. Read after playing if you have no idea what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on. There's just not a whole lot to do here. I mean, the spoiler is it's Conway's Game of Life. I kind of guessed that. Yeah, it's Conway's Game of Life. This is usually what happens. Eventually ends in a steady state somehow. Like, I appreciate Conway's Game of Life as a general concept for computing, and it's fun to implement. Like, if you've never actually implemented the Game of Life, I highly recommend opening your, I don't know, programming language of choice and giving it a shot. It's actually pretty fun. And of course, you can end up in that classic programmer trap of reusing your array instead of realizing you have to double buffer them. Because if you don't double buffer, then you end up with bad results. But it's a cute tech demo. But it's not really a Mario level, except that Mario's face is down there. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. It's cool. I appreciate it. Can we slow this ticking down? There we go. That's better. What's up, Boozius? I'm doing well. We're Game of Lifing. Here, let's do another random just for the hell of it. Look at it go! But yeah, like, there's just not that much to say about this. I can't really play this more than I could play any Game of Life. Eldad did QLDC bingo, and the biggest scam ever happened with this level. How could he be scammed at bingo for this? I mean, I kind of feel like this would actually be like a really good stream starting thing if I had like you start with a slightly better than random seed, I suppose. Like, I appreciate it, I just don't think it's a level. Hash Life? I don't think I have. How you doing, A-Bear? There's an awful lot of different cellular automata that I'm not familiar with. Like, I'm familiar with Wire World. That's one that I'm familiar with. But there's a lot of these. And, like, there's a whole bunch of wacky things. Like, you can build cells in life that in the Game of Life you could use to simulate other cellular automata. There's a really great set of Stack Overflow posts about someone implementing, and by someone I mean a group of people, implementing the entirety of Tetris in the Game of Life. And it started at the top level with, well, we didn't want to write everything by hand, so we used these meta tiles. We used the meta tiles to emulate Wire World, which is another form of cellular automata. We used Wire World to build a CPU, and then we wrote in our own special assembly language for the CPU Tetris. And here's how memory works, here's all of these bits and pieces, here's how it all goes. It is truly and utterly ridiculous. Truly and utterly ridiculous. Believers needed non-green Yoshi to win. He pulled the facts about Mountain Goat's level. It features a non-green Yoshi's player. Like, that's true. But it was ruled that, according to the level, it was a Mountain Goat, therefore not a Yoshi. I agree with that. That was a Mountain Goat. Then you got this level, drew a Yoshi, and declared it a non-green Yoshi and clicked the square. Oh, that must have looked cool when it was degenerating. Yeah, it's a fun thing to play with. It's just not much of a Mario level except the Mario face down there. I don't know what to think about this. Like, on one hand, a fair amount of effort had to be put into this to be mildly performant on the Super Nintendo and for it to work. But at the same time, like, it's not a level. What's the L in QLDC stand for? I mean, the Q stands for quality, but the L? Does it stand for level? Hard to be sure. Amusingly enough, we got like a tiny Ukrainian flag right there. I think their flag isn't supposed to be like square. Oh, never mind, it's gone now. That's just how Game of Life works. Yeah, this was a pleasant interlude. A nice way to relax my hands, but not much of a level. It doesn't even scan as a... Well, okay, it didn't scan as a Mario level, but it didn't scan as Mario World, but that's because they changed the header name. Whoever made this to change the header name. Quality screensaver? You know what? Honestly, that'd be pretty badass. Like, I would not be opposed. Like, it's one of those things that I've been meaning to do forever, is like have an actual like intro screen, but I want to write it as a Super Nintendo ROM. And the thing that kind of holds me back is like, I have no idea how to get music into this. Like, I looked at the SBC stuff and I looked at add music and I'm like, what the hell is all this shit? Just like, it seems way overcomplicated for what I need, and there's not a real easy way to simplify it. So what I need to do is really like inject add music, and then let Super Mario World run to a certain point, and then just completely hijack it, and just like let the music roll. Or jump back into add music when you're supposed to do that, because like the way it works for Mario World is you want to change the music, you just change the music number. And the next time around, the audio subsystem picks up on this, and I believe add music emulates this property of the old audio system. We're out of fun things. Let's randomize again. But like, really all I want to do is display a high-res picture. That's not the hardest thing in the world. I've written code to do that before. I just need to hook it into the right ecosystem, so maybe I'll just sit down and write that at some point in the near future. And then add music, a bunch of stuff, and add some LR stuff. I'm not sure yet. But I appreciate this for what it is. I always like seeing weird little classical programming stuff show up in odd environments. I'm certain this is not the first Game of Life implemented on the 65-816, and certainly won't be the last. But it is pleasant. It is pleasant. Alright, well, I'm going to write some notes. This doesn't even have a name. I'm going to call it Mario's Game of Life. Until someone who knows better can tell me what the actual name is. Because there's no title screen, and it's literally just an implementation of the Game of Life. You know, thinking about this is actually a little more impressive than I think it is, right? Like, the thing about the Super Nintendo, pause, is that video RAM isn't really, well, it depends on the mode used, I guess, doesn't it? Because, like, the problem here is you have to, like, blit in the pixels, but clearly they're not one-by-one pixels. I wonder how this is implemented under the hood. Either way, let's let it rip one more time. Just for old time's sake. Make this a little more annoying to edit, but who cares? It's the Game of Life. I think it's kind of cool. I'm still not sure where I stand on this being as part of the overall contest arc. But it is very relaxing, and there's something nice about just having a nice, chill, not level after doing something that took a lot more work and effort. And I might still boot this up in Messen just to see how it actually works. I'm mildly curious.